heard your cries, Guggen Nation, but too much of a good thing is bad for your health. So we're only doing this once a week. Buckle up, baby. It's time for ETN. Brought to you by All Pro Roofing on 1010XL.
Music they stole from us.
We had it. We had it all. We could have parlayed it, and somehow we blew it.
No integrity from
Came
those
to
guys.
town, made fun of our city, watched this local Sunday night sports show, and just stole our idea.
Ripped it off.
We had been doing so effectively. That was probably the peak of our TV career, Hick.
Yeah,
At that point, right?
I kind of like to think I'm still peaking.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, maybe you are, but you got to that peak. Maybe
Yeah.
you never left, but we had, and you guys have all had this in your places of employment where you're like really highly thought of for about 20 minutes. Feels great.
That was about it.
Reality comes back. You got like a half-minute send-off, I believe, when they dispatched you.
I know Ken Amaro retired last week, 42 years, the bow-tied one.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Sure.
I was
I'm Ken Amaro.
I was a little jealous. I got to be
For
honest.
all the attention that he got.
Oh, my gosh. They did,
Yeah.
specials and stuff.
I stood up.
I got a minute 8.
Yeah, I remember the morning after. A minute 8, that's correct. Like somebody cut one in the elevator. Just open the door and get him out of here. Just get the smell out. I came to your defense the next day, friend.
Thank you.
I feel like it was never really appreciated as much as it should have been.
We'd like to thank Dale for everything he did here. It's Dan.
All right, let's bring in Jonathan. He's our guest Guggen judge. Enough of this silliness. What is Jonathan taking home for his?
He's rocking.
Yeah, he's going to go rock out.
For being judgmental, we're going to give him what?
Jonathan's going to go down to Welcome to Rockville, May 19th through the
Heck
22nd
yes.
Nice.
at Daytona. He's getting a pair of weekend passes.
Wow.
Your headliners the 4 nights. Maybe you've heard of them. We have Korn, Kiss, Guns N' Roses, and the Foo Fighters.
That's
Jonathan-
great, too, because you can go down, come back, go down. I mean, that's how
Was
we
it
used to
close
do
enough?
it during Speed Week.
Yeah,
so,
I would also, though, suggesting this coming off of this year's fantastic Welcome to Rockville, if given the option of mask or face mask, wear the face mask, Jonathan. I will go with the face mask.
What's up,
The
Jonathan?
full shield, the shield.
How are you, sir?
Morning, guys. Good. That's good advice. I
Yeah,
appreciate
right,
it.
the shield.
Yes.
You need a shield down at those things. They get kind of raucous.
That's
I
what
hear.
we're here for. All right, let's play. Jonathan knows how this game goes. Right, Jonathan? You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Crank it up.
Round 1.
Nervous today. I have nervous game energy.
Round 1,
Maybe it's the coffee.
I'm going to ask you this question.
Oh, God, here he
look,
comes. We got prefaced right out of the gate, Zick.
Our friend Hayes Carline, in his post-game article about the Jaguars,
Okay.
begged them to
Does a
get to,
terrific job co-hosting the afternoon show if you haven't checked out Hayes.
begged them to get to 4 wins. Do anything they can to be.
Is that the same guy who goes behind enemy lines
That's
with
correct.
us on the
Yes.
Oh,
he's
I
on-
didn't know that.
Yes, he's on
Beg-
our Sunday morning show.
Oh.
I believe you did know that, yeah.
Beg the
Okay.
Jags to beat Houston and the Jets and get to 4 wins
Okay,
to
I'm
sort
cool
of
with that.
salvage the season.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, others are pointing out that by the standings, the Jags are now in the 2 hole, and the Lions are
Don't
suddenly
you
red
dare.
hot. So I'm going to ask you,
Don't you dare.
what's more likely, 4 W's
All right.
or the number 1 pick?
I'd say the number 1 pick. I mean, listen. I gave up on Armageddon Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons, and this particular Sunday had me think differently. The Houston Texans are horrible. They're deplorable, but so are we. I just get the feeling, man, our season is we may. It might be in between those two, but we're not getting to 4 wins. We're not getting to 4 wins because we only have a chance to win 2 others. We are not beating Tennessee, New England, or Indy. Hell to the no, okay? Hella no, however you kids say it. We ain't beating those 3.
I believe
so
that-
that gives us what? What is
that
it?
would be a lot of no's.
Okay.
So yeah, that's correct.
There's only 2 chances left, and if you're thinking the Jags are going to go 2 for 2 at anything, think again.
Beef, can I ask Urban Meyer? Is he at your fingertips in there from
He can be.
I believe he responded yesterday to these types of questions that I had for him. You know what I'm talking about? Is he a little further? Is he down the hall too far to reach that Urban Meyer? Because in the meantime, I'll say you're bringing me down, friend. There is one ace in the hole you're forgetting about, and this sounds outrageous. I know it does. It sounded outrageous last year. It should have, and every other year. But the Jaguars beat the Colts here in Jacksonville. They do it like every year. It's the most amazing thing. We've been terrible for 10 years. We're like 8 out of our last 9 at home against the Colts. So we're going to get that one, and then we're going to kind of stumble bum our way to one at home versus one of those other 2 inept teams. I'm not saying it's going to be particularly ferocious, and I'm not saying it's going to be all that impressive, but yeah, I think we'll get to 2. Herbs, what do you think? Coach?
Shut up, bitch.
Okay.
Wow.
Probably not.
That's
quite
harsh.
Oh,
A little bit harsh.
that.
Mean.
I think he was talking to Dan.
Jonathan.
This team's a dumpster fire. Dan gets the point.
Thank you.
Round 2.
Wow, the dumpster is on fire.
Didn't have very many ways to go on that one. I'd say they win one more, to be honest with you. If you ask me what do you think, I'd say they win one more game. But we'll see.
Look, yesterday,
Everything have to go right for that game.
I don't think so. It's easy coming off of these stinkers and
Yeah,
these
I know.
clunkers. That's a really good team. They just played on the road. I know the Falcons aren't a really good team, but I still think that they can percolate us one. I would
Yeah.
dime bet they win one more. How about that?
yesterday, Urban
Ooh,
Meyer
chance
met the
for you to
media.
a chance for you to get back in the game a little bit on the dime bets.
I can't root against my Jags.
All right.
Yesterday, Urban Meyer met the media. Tried
It's
to
Hannah time, by the
maybe-
way. What a lovely surprise this is. Okay. Yeah. Still looking as professional as ever. Doing an awesome job anchoring down that Sports Center desk. And, by the way, Mrs. P apparently completely cool with it. So
That's a big
Yeah.
win. Jeff's getting all the wins today.
except question one.
Urban Meyer spoke yesterday and was asked about the usage of James Robinson on Sunday. Then, Dan, you spoke with James on your show last night.
Thank you.
And he gave his thoughts on how he was utilized on Sunday. Is this now behind us, or will this plot continue to be a narrative moving forward for the coming weeks?
I think it's behind us because even if he doesn't play him now, hopefully Urban Meyer is learning as we go along here. You know, I played consultant earlier this morning. I'd love to do it again. Anyone driving into the Jags facility this morning, we know you're listening. Go to the coach today and tell him you got to stop projecting this weakness. It's not even what you say anymore. It's how you say it. And the ums and the I don't knows and the ask some assistant to an assistant coach for answers has grown really, really weak. You're trying to build an army of Jaguars fan. Okay? And you're a general, you know, you're not standing up there with a staff and a monocle and a deep bellowing voice. You're, and we don't believe in you. So it's time to stone up, man. Take control of the football team, micromanage it, have answers to pertinent questions. And we all know James Robinson should be playing more. So play him or at least answer honestly. Yeah, I benched him. That's 2 weeks in a row. We told James you can't fumble the football. That's 2 weeks in a row. I benched him. We sit back and think about it and take a look. And we're all fine with that. Oh, ask Parmalee.
What's the question, Beef, real quick?
The question is now that
Will it
Urban has said his
continue?
part, is this going to linger, or is this now behind us now that both parties have said their piece?
I wish it would go away. But why would we think it is going to? It's been there all year. This isn't something that just cropped up. Think back to training camp. Think back to the draft. They drafted ETN. They went to training camp and we didn't hear anything about James Robinson. And then the season started, they threw 51 balls in the opener. Why aren't they using James Robinson? They finally started to use James. I don't know. And one of the things I asked James last night was about this disconnect that there seems to be. I don't understand why there would be a disconnect between James Robinson, who, by all accounts, and again, we're not in the locker room, I don't know, but he's a quiet, humble kid who just wants to, is overachieved and try to do well, and a coaching staff that does not clearly believe in him at all. Now, injuries and everything have taken its toll, but if you're asking me if this is the end of it, I would have to say no at this point.
Dan, I loved the interview last night, but Urban, Grove pair. Run him 43 times. Winner Jeff.
Round 3.
But I don't think that's going to happen. That's my point. But, yeah, thank you, though, Jonathan. Thank you.
Odds are in Robinson's favor because I don't know. We don't have any other good players. So,
I don't know.
I think if he was completely healthy, it'd be an easier question to answer. There's
Yeah.
a part of that makes you wonder.
Sure.
Round 3, guys.
But he said he's feeling better than he did.
I know.
So.
Yeah, that was strange.
Week 13
Again,
is now.
before the question, the solution is simple. I'm sorry. But like you said yesterday, you didn't have a problem with it. Go to the media and say, yeah, we benched him. That's 2 weeks in a row in a crucial situation.
Correct.
He put the girl on the ground.
He should've
James
said
isn't
that.
a fumbler. He's got a big role moving forward.
Yeah.
But own it.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the catchphrases during the offseason.
Yeah, well, it's not being followed, is it?
Do it for Duvall.
No, what is it? We're going to be a step 20. What is it? Something plus 2? What
Plus
are
2
we?
mentality.
We're
The
plus
904.
2.
A to B, 4 to 6, plus 2.
But certainly wasn't talking about the turnover margin.
Oh, dear.
Week 13's in the books now,
Yes, it
and
is.
you guys talked about this yesterday. The AFC is awfully jumbled.
Oh, goodness.
A lot of tight races in all 4 divisions in the AFC. So I'm going to ask you, which AFC division leader's lead is most tenuous? Is
Most
it
tenuous.
New England? Is it New England, Baltimore, Tennessee, or Kansas City?
Wow. All right, well, I'm eliminating New England.
That's your guy.
That's my guy. I'm eliminating. I don't trust the Chargers. are up and down. So the Chiefs have won 5 in a row, so I'm eliminating them. So it comes down to these two teams. And I'm actually going to go this is tough.
It's tough.
This is
I got
tough.
a good one. I got a good
You
one.
do.
I did
Listen,
it. I did it.
I'm going to go with the harder division, and that's so Baltimore's is more tenuous. I'll tell you why. Baltimore's been the luckiest team in the NFL, number one. Number two, injuries have finally caught up. Number three, they just lost Marlon Humphrey, one of their best defensive players for the year. They have so many guys who are down. They have no running backs. Lamar's trying to do it all himself. But Baltimore and Tennessee, I could see both in the playoffs. But if in the end, Tennessee has an easier path there. So Tennessee gets the Jaguars this week. Tennessee has Houston. So Baltimore every week in the North's got a tough game. So I think Baltimore loses a few more, and ultimately they are the most tenuous.
I think that the Tennessee Titans without Derrick Henry are a 500 football team. I don't know if there's enough season left. I answer this in because of two reasons. One, there is no easy answer, but I believe Baltimore's winning their division. They've got Lamar Jackson. They've got the street cred. They seem to have had a horseshoe in a good place this year for the most part when it comes to, end game.
Quick question. Where is a good place for a horseshoe?
Oh, wherever you want to store it.
Okay, just asking.
Yeah, wherever you want to store it. So, yeah, I would say it's Tennessee based on without Derrick Henry. They've lost 2 in a row. They're no good. Now, maybe there's not enough season left for them to get run down. But, they're not very imposing.
Winner Dan.
Round 4.
Again, I think that was really a one division answer there. You snagged it.
Round 4. Yesterday, the Canes got their man. Whoosh, whoosh. Mario Cristobal leaves Oregon. He's headed to Miami to be the head coach of the Canes. Going to get $8 million a year. Cristobal at Oregon was 35-13. So the question to you is, it's been a kind of a rough stretch for Miami. Is Mario Cristobal the guy to bring the U back?
This is a perfect hire for Miami. He played and won and had success there as a player. He coached there. He's from the area. He brings a resume. He's won 10, the last 2 full seasons in college football, he won 10 games each time at Oregon. He's known as a voracious recruiter. And more importantly, whoever this hire was going to be the best hire they've had in a while because the missing link seems to finally be there. Miami don't spend $8 million per year on a coach. That is what's held them down here through these searches through the years. So to step up to the plate financially and say, we're going to play big boy football again, we're going to lock down South Florida, and we're going to do it with a face that's very familiar to everyone here. Yeah, I think Miami, look, are they immediately going to be national championship level? No, but I think he's going to build them to a consistent, powerful team year in, year out and eliminate these 4 and 8s that will drop in on Miami here and there.
Well, I hate to do this to you, Jeff, but this one's over. I have the winning answer, and this is it.
Humble.
This is it. He better be. This is their last chance. This is it for the University of Miami. They had a wonderful string of luck with Schnellenberger, Jimmy Johnson, Denny Erickson, and Butch Davis. Those 4 guys in a row, those guys raked in national championships. Those guys reaped the benefit of South Florida football talent. And then this program went bereft. And it has been gone for 22 years. 22 years, Miami has been nothing. And they brought in guys. They thought Al Golden was the answer. They thought homegrown Randy Shannon was the guy. They thought Mark Richt bringing him home was going to be the right. We already tried to bring in home the guy. So Mario Cristobal better be. He is a great choice. And by all accounts, it will make Miami a better football team. But I also will caution you, 35 wins in 5 years at Oregon. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But if not now, never.
Let's take it to 5. Winner Jeff.
Round 5.
You left out the most important part of the question. And
Yes,
that's
sir.
the answer. You just extended the question.
Thank you.
I don't need your judgment.
I'm just
I
telling
got
you.
Jonathan's judgment.
Well, whatever.
Too many
That's fine.
judges.
Well, I don't like how you look, like sneering, like somehow my answer was inferior in some way.
Listen
I'm
to what you just
perceiving
said.
that?
I don't like how you looked.
Yeah, that's right. I know the
Personal
look.
attack.
By the way, I'm an expert. I can differentiate the looks. It's been too many years, friend. Former friend, maybe. Former friend.
Lastly, The
It's clunking along. We have a friendship ometer, Jonathan, and it peaks low on Tuesdays.
it's struggling.
It does.
You're going to contribute to it one way or the other.
Lastly,
Yes, sir.
shout out to C.J. Stroud, Kenny Pickett, Aiden Hutchinson on their free trips to New York to go watch Bryce Young win the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
I think everyone thinks Bryce Young will win the Heisman. I guess the question is, how will it be close, or will it be a walkaway like Joe Burrow a couple years ago?
Well, Jeff and Beef.
Is this where you tell everyone you're a Heisman voter?
Thank you.
This
As you
guy's
know,
unbelievable.
I'm a Heisman Trophy voter. I
You
have
deduct
been
a point for
since
hubris, Jonathan.
1996.
Kind of a big deal.
So I cast my ballot yesterday, and I'm not allowed to tell you how I voted, but I think everybody in the country knows who's going to win the Heisman Trophy, and it's not going to be close. It's a runaway. And thank you, Beef, for a program that had never won a Heisman Trophy ever, like Alabama, they're now about to add their fourth guy to the Heisman Trophy list. I mean, it's unbelievable what's going on down there with Nick Saban, and further adds to his legendary status. But yeah, this is a runaway slam dunk. Don't worry about Saturday night, because we know who's going to win.
Okay, I'm gonna fight you here on this a little bit.
I like it.
Okay, here's why.
Uh-huh.
Tell me how many esteemed, not just a Heisman, but an esteemed. Is there a dinner for those of you who are esteemed Heisman voters? Is it a separate category, or is that
You have to work your way into
self-gloss it?
esteemed?
Yeah, well, you said
Yeah.
you're an esteemed Heisman voter.
I said I was esteemed?
I thought you did. Perhaps
That's
you
tenure.
didn't. Yeah. My question
I
is,
thought that was more
what's
beef.
the
but-
total of votes? Do you know? You have any idea?
How many people have votes?
Right. How many? Yeah. What's the grand?
I think it's 600 and something.
Okay, so
if I'm
like
not mistaken.
600 and something, and then you give what, 10 for first, down to 1 for
No.
10, 5 to 1?
3-2-1.
3-2-1, right?
3-2-1.
Okay, you're leaving out a couple of things here.
Yeah.
It was still a relatively close race going into the final weekend. And the pro-Ohio State crybaby mob didn't watch any football this weekend because their team lost the week before. And all of the hometown Buckeye, Big Ten friendly media, they all went ahead and voted for C.J. Stroud before Bryce Young went off on Saturday. So that's one problem. The second problem is many of your other esteemed veteran, they just sleepwalk. They turn in their votes 2 weeks ago, or they don't turn them in at all.
How dare you.
So here's what's going to happen. At the end of the day, I guess I was trying to fish to find what is a blowout. Will Bryce Young be the definite winner? Yeah. He ain't going to be unanimous number one. They're going to pick there'll be at least 40, 50 votes number one for C.J. Stroud.
You know, Dan, I had no idea you were a Heisman voter. Winner Jeff.
Yes, sir! Thank you, Jonathan.
He dinged his
I
steam.
love that.
That's
I love
what happens
happened
when you're the
there.
media mogul. Everybody likes to take shots. We all know.
Chop you down one,
I mean,
by the way,
that
one
was a
step at a time.
That was awful. Congratulations, Jonathan. I hope you go to Rockville. I hope you go deaf, and therefore won't ever be allowed to judge ETN
no.
or look into your children's eyes and hear their wonderful voices.
Wow, that is
Man.
hurtful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, Jonathan, thank you for your efforts.
I, on the other hand, hope you have a hell of a week. We'll be back with more next. It's Catlin Chuck Accessories Tuesday.
all the time.